we need to mention something, a very important story. It falls into true crime category, so if you're not into that, you can scroll on. But we need to talk about this because this is very important. This is summer 2025, and you would think many people have internet access. They regularly use ChatGPT, Claude, and other AI apps. Everything is basically just a click away, and still you can see people uploading videos, sharing their experiences, moving to Europe from the Americas, being surprised that we don't have pools by the houses, we don't have the proper infrastructure to cool down, we don't have ACs, air conditioning. When you go to the restaurant and you ask for a tap water, they don't put ice cubes in it. And one of my favorite is a lady who was in Paris. Actually, she moved to Paris and wanted to have a ham and cheese baguette. And she was very surprised when they refused to toast it for her. There's another guy who posted a video sharing his experiences traveling in Europe, that saying that how strange it is to have a very unique architecture, and then you drive 1 hour and then a completely different architecture, completely different food with different language, and then you drive again 1 hour and again different architecture, different language, and this is very strange. So after this lovely introduction, we need to talk about true crime. We're gonna talk about seasonal works. People from Eastern Europe, they love seasonal works. Gig works. So basically, for a summer, they go to the Netherlands, they go to the Germany, they go to other West European countries to work during the summer. Especially they work in agriculture, picking fruits and vegetables. And then they go home. Actually, it's getting more and more difficult because they need to have some places they asking for, paperwork and stuff. But we're not gonna be talking about this right now. Not all of them, but most of them, they don't speak the language. They coming from Eastern Europe, from Hungary, for example, because we're gonna talk about a case where the victim was a Hungarian guy. And I know about this case because I'm Hungarian also. But I'm living, studying, and working in London, UK for years now. And that's why I do most of the time videos about London. So what happened here? There's a Hungarian guy who went to Germany to work. He did not speak German at all. Job was offered to him for the summer, so he went to Germany. He did what was required of him and then give him the money, and then that's it. They let him go. Because these agencies, they care about getting the people. So they organize the travel to Germany or in Netherlands or France or Spain. I can say all the Western European countries. But in this case, it was Germany. But they don't care about the people, how they get home. So when the job is over, they pay them many times, listen to this, many times, because this is the key factor in this story. Many times they pay in cash. So imagine a train station, a European train station, which is usually very beautiful. Lots of them are built like 100 and 200 years ago, when it was very important to have a beautiful train station in the city. So you would be very proud of that as a local. So he was in this train station, this guy, this Hungarian guy, at the end of the season, his backpack full of presents for his family back at home, and he wanted to go home, return to Eastern Europe, to Hungary. But he did not speak German at all. He couldn't decode, what's written on the board, which train going where. He was alone. And it's important to point out that these seasonal workers working construction site, agriculture, they are usually in a very, very good physical shape. So they don't have any fear in them. that they can, get into some situation where they cannot handle, because they have all the muscles and reflexes for self-defense. And they are usually very happy because they are going home. But right now they're slightly confused because they cannot read the board. They cannot ask questions because they don't speak German, they don't speak English. And this is the point when the evil character enters the story. And it's usually not one, it's two, or they could be even a group. So in this particular case, two young guys approached this seasonal worker and offered to help. The seasonal worker was from Hungary, taught only Hungarian language, and these two strangers were also talking Hungarian language, so they could communicate. So these two said, okay, we're gonna show you where to go. Where's the train back to your country, back to Hungary? But first, let's go for a drink. And obviously they are very charming, and after maybe an hour of confusion and stress, it's a really good idea to drink and talk to people who speak your language and very friendly. Especially after months and months of very hard work under the sun, very high temperature, long hours. Maybe you go home to sleep. Maybe you don't even have a bed. You sleep like 4 hours a day because you're there just to make money. And now you have two friends you can talk to. You can share your experiences, you can complain a little bit, you can talk about, working in agriculture or whatever, after months and months of not really talking to anyone. So, a drink. And then they find a guy, this seasonal worker, miles and miles and miles away from the train station. His backpack, full of presents and gifts and toys for the family, is gone. He is tortured, beaten up, so he would share his bank card's PIN code with his attackers, and basically almost stripped off. And he sustained very, very serious injuries because of the beatings and torture. So the backpack is gone, the money is gone, the cash is gone, the bank account is empty now, and he is in a country where he doesn't speak the language of. And I know about this case because there are more and more cases like this in 2025. More and more cases like this. And that was the first that was posted on social media, on Facebook. And there were lots of people commenting and sending messages that this is exactly what happened to them as well. So people, be aware. Be really careful out there.